The scent wafting from this basket alone would probably cause serious harm to a Victorian child. Hello everyone, it's Ava here. Welcome back to my channel. This is a video I've been cooking up for a while. I've been very excited to make it since starting my channel, making my little makeup tour video. And seeing as how fragrance is really popping off in online spaces right now, especially with all the influencer girlies, I figured, as loud traffic goes by, I figured I'd make this video now. This is going to be my fragrance collection. So excited. Fragrance, perfume, scent, smell goods, whatever you want to call them, I am passionate about them. I've definitely amassed a collection of perfumery bigger than I would say the average person needs. But just like with my makeup, it brings me joy and fuzzy feelings to sniff all of these, and they all in some way help me contain the multitudes the average woman carries in herself at all times, very much including me. And they're just fun to sit on my floor and sniff till I get a headache, so you know what? We're gonna do that today. We're gonna go through all my fragrances. I'll put the notes and/or the accords from Fragrantica up on screen for the ones that I can find. Because, frankly, I suck at describing scent very accurately. I'm much better describing scent in terms of, like, the time or place or emotions I feel sniffing a specific fragrance, because I have a very strong scent memory. In fact, there are some fragrances out there that I have an extremely complicated relationship with due to what I associate with them. But regardless, all of the bottles and rollers I have here, all things I love and use a lot, and without trauma, for the most part. So if you'd like to hang out with me on my floor and talk about perfume, I will encourage you to stick around. Consider subscribing if you want to see more of this type of content, and without further ado, let's get into talking about my favorite fragrances. Okay, I think we're all set up back in the floor view to go over my lovely fragrance collection. So here's the little baskety thing I keep all of my scents in. It's just this wicker tray thing, I probably got it on Amazon. I keep this on my dresser, usually as much out of direct sunlight as I can. And I aim to never outgrow this basket in terms of keeping fragrances stored. And yes, that includes all roller balls and little perfumes, samples, stuff like that. All of it must be kept in here, it must all fit in here. So it keeps my purchasing of fragrance in check, because it is such a trendy thing right now. It really is easy to fall into the habit of buying fragrances you either don't like or don't know how they smell when you buy them. I've definitely been guilty of that. But I'm pretty much on a no-buy from buying fragrances because this tray is basically completely full. Unless I use some of these guys up and want to replace them, or that kind of thing. So I think I want to go through the tray in kind of a random order, honestly. I sort of want to go in the order in which I acquired them, oldest to newest, but I don't really remember exactly when a lot of these were acquired. I've kind of got them categorized here by if they were acquired pre my move out in 2023 or after my move out in 2023. Some of these guys are also duping scents that I've technically worn for years. God, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tricky to remember when all these joined the collection that I didn't even realize was a collection until I laid it all out right here. I think I can at least estimate when most of these came into my life, so we're gonna try. So, starting with the oldest perfumes in my collection. I know that one of the oldest in here is definitely this guy, the original formulation of Glossier You. This scent and I have been through quite a bit, honestly. Smelling this... oh wow. This actually reminds me a lot of 2020 times, even though I really don't remember what my most common scents were during that time. Probably nothing, to be honest. But yeah, smelling this gives me 2020 vibes, though, so maybe it is that old? I don't really know. This was actually my mother's perfume until she gave it to me when I was moving, so it's been in my life for a long time. And yeah, I think everyone on God's green earth knows what Glossier You smells like, or at least what the notes are supposed to be. I will try to throw them up on screen if I can find them. The cool thing, supposedly, about Glossier You is that it's supposed to smell slightly different on everyone. It's supposed to, like, really mesh with your body chemistry and smell a bit unique to everyone, hence the name. And I don't know. This perfume and I have definitely drifted apart a little bit since acquiring some of my others, at least. I do still like the scent. It's a very unique one to my collection. I love the packaging here. Now, I don't know if you can tell, I have, like, that much left, maybe, if you can see. Between my mom and I, we really did use this girl up. I don't know. I might consider getting one of the other formulations or versions of Glossier U in the future once I run out of this, because I know Glossier does a lot of fragrance now. But I really should smell them first. I don't really think I would have blind bought this without having smelled it first. We'll see. For now, this will more than likely get used up at some point. It's an oldie but a goodie. Really safe but elegant winner here every time. I'm just gonna keep them all out of the box so we can look at the nice packaging. Another very old perfume in my collection, I believe it's this rollerball here. Yeah, this one is magnificently beaten up. I remember buying this guy in a little witchy store out with my witchy friends one fall day in college, and this is what came home with me that day. The brand is labeled Auric Blends. Most of the writing is rubbed off of this one though, because I swear this is ancient. I think the name of it was Saudi Vanilla, but I can't really tell. It's something vanilla. You can still read vanilla on the label, but you can't read the first thing. I think it said Saudi Vanilla. And I can guarantee I will not be able to find the notes for this one for Grantica. I will try, but I doubt I'll be able to find them. Oh, yeah. It's just very floral and sweet to me. Sort of grandmotherly, but a little more alluring than that kind of scent. Yeah, I don't typically go for florals. I almost always prefer a fruity, sort of more edible scent than florals. That or something very clean and fresh smelling I like too. This is a lovely, natural, vanilla-y, complicated scent, I would say. A lot of my scents have vanilla in them. I'm probably quickly gonna learn here. My partner also described this as a quite powdery scent, and I kind of see what he's saying, like a little bit like baby talc. But I know powdery is an actual note that can be in your perfume, and I don't really know if that's how I would describe this. That description would make me think I wouldn't like it or wouldn't buy it at all, but I loved it when I got it, and I definitely still do. I really should make this, like, be in rotation regularly again. I don't know, maybe I should break this one out again. It's old though, so I don't know. Is it too grandmotherly a scent for me? Just kidding, you guys can't tell me one way or another, ha ha ha. Another fairly old one, and another one I inherited from my mother upon my move out. This one I do know is fairly old. This is a fairly well-known one from what I understand. This is Philosophy's Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. Oh my god, yeah, I've loved this scent for a long time. I feel like it might even turn sour soon because this is such an old perfume. My mom had this for a long time before I took it. Yeah, I do enjoy the regular fresh cream scent from Philosophy. I also used to have their lemon custard body spritz, and that was easily my favorite Philosophy scent ever. But the fancy bottle I kept it in stopped working, and I don't know what happened to the other half of the liquid when I went to replace the bottle. Yeah, Warm Cashmere is probably still my favorite version of the Philosophy perfumes. It smells a bit like Warm Vanilla Sugar from Bath & Body Works, actually. Maybe just a little more concentrated and pure and mature, like grown-up scent than that. I don't know. This is a very nostalgic scent to me, though. It's very sweet and simple and yummy, and I love it. You know what? Let's talk about all my body mists in this back container here, because I've had most of them for around the same amount of time, and I use them all pretty interchangeably. So speaking of Bath & Body Works, I do have 2 body mists from them here. Apparently these are controversial favorites. Like, some people really like them, some people really hate them. I personally like them. So I have Cucumber Melon right here. Very cute packaging. Wow. Yeah, that still smells really good. Very fresh and clean, at least to me. This is definitely one of my favorite, like, out of the shower scents. I love spraying this everywhere after I shower. I also have this Pacifica, like, acne spray that I use on my body sometimes, and it smells good. It just smells like a very chemically cucumber. In order to cover up that super chemical scent, though, I like to spray this after a shower just to smell like pure and good melon and cucumber. I also have a cucumber body wash that this layers over really nicely, too. For the days I want to smell a little more sweet, like perhaps a strawberry, then I break out this strawberry pound cake from Bath & Body Works. It is backwards. There it is, strawberry pound cake from Bath & Body Works. I like wearing this when I want to get a little cute. My partner tells me I smell like a bakery every time I wear this. I love very edible fruity scents, so this definitely tickles the little gremlin in me. I don't know, man. I really don't mind the Bath & Body Works body mists. They're cheap and pleasant enough for me when I just want a mist. Doesn't have to last, it just needs to make me feel good, like, when it's appropriate. This one, the strawberry one, does kind of make a girl out of me, though. I feel like it sort of de-ages me. Makes me feel like a young strawberry shortcake or whatever. I don't know. I do really like them both, though. Another little body mist I have. This is from Pacifica. This is Island Vanilla. I'm gonna sniff it. Yeah. No, I honestly don't adore the scent anymore. Like, if I want to smell like a bakery, I have other stuff I'll put on before I'll put this on again. That being said, I don't know if you can hear that. This little bottle is maybe half done. It's getting towards the end of its life. Honestly, I don't even really remember when I got this stuff, but I loved it for a period of time, I can just tell. It is a very sweet, more straightforward sweet than I go for, but this is a hair and body mist. It's very pleasant in the hair. I don't know, it's got some depth of flavor, but they're all very sweet flavors, so this one just kind of falls flat on my body, I feel. It is definitely worth finishing up, though. I do like it enough to keep it around. But my favorite body splash is this guy right here. I also acquired this around the time I moved. I also got my mom to buy the scent, as well as the pistachio scent from this brand, Finery. This brand is sold at Target from my understanding, and I have 2 perfumes from them actually. This first one, which I think is what a lot of my friends would probably consider one of my signature scents, is Finery Not Another Cherry. I don't know if you can see that well. I really don't know if this brand is supposed to be duping more expensive fragrances, or if these are all original formulas. I think they're meant to be dupes that you can find at Target, basically. And I don't know what original fragrance, if that is the case, that Not Another Cherry is supposed to be duping. But, oh gosh, this is easily one of my favorite, like, things in my collection. I have this in body mist form, and I'm telling you, this lasts so well on my body and my clothes. I'm still smelling it well after I spray it. It's just beautiful on me, too. I don't really know how to describe how the cherry mixes with everything else so well. I don't know. I just love this. I swear I chose this as my main scent for a good while after I was going to see people regularly again. That's why I said I think my friends would probably consider this scent a signature scent of mine, that it reminds them of me, because I feel like I'm always wearing this. My other Finery perfume is a straight up eau de parfum. I got this on a YouTuber recommendation because I heard so much about the original perfume that I know this is supposed to be duping. So this is Finery Without a Trace. I love the glass bottle, it's so gorgeous. Apparently, it's supposed to be a drugstore-ish dupe for a perfume by Fleur called Missing Person. I have never smelled Missing Person. I've never looked for it in stores because it's pricey, no doubt. But I freaking love Finery Without a Trace. Oh my god, that is so nice. It just smells very fresh and yet very mysterious at the same time. I think the name also can kind of play a role in whether a perfume is going to be interesting enough for me to try. And I just love that name. I also love the name Missing Person, so I guess it makes sense. Without a Trace just smells very unique too, very fresh and beautiful. Can you tell I suck at describing fragrance? That's why we put the notes up, people. Yeah, these 2 Finery perfumes are some of my favorites in my whole collection. I love these, might get more if I'm visiting Target at some point. I have some more fairly fresh and fruity and somewhat mysterious fragrances here. These are my two by Dossier. I believe Dossier is also supposed to be fragrance dupes, but I just blind bought these on Amazon not knowing what they smell like. I just got them based on the names. And I'm very happy to report that I love them both, but I don't recommend anyone do that. The first one I bought is one of their older ones, I think. I haven't been able to find this on Fragrantica or anywhere recently. This is Citrus Green Apple. Oh my, this one is so good. It's very much a fresh and pure green apple scent. The lasting power is also pretty good on these fragrances for me too. I love the magnetic cap, like the packaging is really nice for these being not absurdly expensive fragrances. Yeah, I don't even know if you can find the notes on this one anymore or find it on Amazon, but I know you can find this one. Shortly after my pants were blown off by Citrus Green Apple, I bought Ambery Cedarwood from Dossier 2. So good. This perfume, I swear, gets compliments every time I wear it. It's just such a beautiful and very mature scent without being too, sexy. It's heavy. It's a heavy, mature scent. I really like this one. It's very unique, too. The notes are also listed right here on the nice bottles, which is cool. I'll still insert notes and accords up on screen anyway. So if you are perhaps better at identifying scent based on notes, and you are at all interested in this, you can choose if you would like to buy something like this. But Ambery Cedarwood is just, yeah, absolutely lovely. It's a rich yet very grounded scent for me. Yeah, my two Dossier perfumes I absolutely love. It's definitely a brand on my radar in terms of getting fairly affordable fragrances. Now, the whole reason I actually bought Ambery Cedarwood was actually because of two different rollerballs I have. And I think these are actually some of my most used perfumes out of the whole collection. I've also had them for a while, but these get so much use. They're also pre-move for sure. The Dossier ones I think I got after my move, so the order's kind of lost, but whatever. Anyway, these I got 1 year apart, both at my local Renaissance fair. They are both by the brand Wild Rose, although this one says Moonlight Rose on it. Don't know if it's a different thing, but I don't think it is. They were at the same stall, I just got them a year apart. First one I got is called Rain, and this is legit my favorite out of the shower scent. It doesn't look like I've used as much of this rollerball as I actually have. It just smells so fresh. Not really like rain, but it does smell kind of aquatic. It's very lovely, very fresh smelling. Ooh, yeah. It's really a nice, heavy, fresh fragrance, if that makes any sense. I don't actually know if it does. But this one, oh my god. The one labeled Moonlight Rose may be my most used perfume out of all of them, and it is simply called Amber. Yeah, Christ, every time I smell this, I want to, immediately put it on. Don't really know the notes on it besides just straight up amber, which I'm quickly realizing might be my favorite note in all of scent because of this perfume alone. Also, Obsession by Calvin Klein, but we'll get there. I'm definitely going to be trying to get more of these two, duplicates of these plus others from Wild Rose when we go to the Ren Fair this year. Yeah, damn, these two are so good. I swear Amber, lives in my purse at all times. I use it basically whenever I think the scent I put on in the morning is starting to fade. It is such a one-note fragrance that I feel like it layers really well with whatever may or may not last on my skin. And I can't get enough. It's just my favorite. And another rollerball I acquired a bit ago is actually Namat's Vanilla Musk in rollerball form. I got this kind of on a whim, if I'm being honest. I was in Ulta with some girlfriends getting hair dye, and I decided to grab this rollerball because it was on sale. Yeah, I do tend to really like musky scents, and at least a few of the perfumes I have here do have vanilla scents as well, as we've been able to tell. So I thought this would be a really nice and safe perfume to get, and it really is. It's exactly that. It's a sweet, very safe fragrance for me. I like the rollerball a lot. I like how it's a little more concentrated and was significantly less pricey than the spray. Yeah. I don't have much else to say about this one. I really do like it in the concentrated form. The roller feels nice. I think I actually even prefer this vanilla to Vanilla Island from Pacifica, this one. It's just a little more natural and musky a scent, and not so much like you're surrounded by baked goods kind of sweet scent, if that makes any sense. This one just feels a little more natural. Okay, we're getting into the territory of I know I acquired these after I fully moved out, but I don't remember exactly when. So we're probably gonna go in an even more random order of discussion here. It's already been pretty random, let's be honest. So anyway, in this little compartment here, I have two body mists I got at a gaming convention of all places about a year or so ago. These are by the brand Bunnies and Cream, I think? Yeah, Bunnies and Cream, Baltimore, Maryland. These are very cute. They are called Skyward Sorbet. Very cute little art on the bottle. And then we have Dark Mage here. And I do love them both. No notes anywhere on the packaging, and I kind of doubt I'll be able to find these on Fragrantica because they are indie designers. But yeah. Ooh, yeah, Skyward Sorbet smells really fruity and fresh, as the name would imply, I would say. It's just really fruity and really pleasant to smell. It's very energizing, too. Very much an energizing scent. Whereas Dark Mage is a bit more mature. Ooh, yeah, that's good, too. It's a bit more mysterious. Smells a lot more floral and musky than Skyward Sorbet, which, like I said, is a very fresh scent. The packaging on the bottles is also adorable. I mean, look at that little Dark Mage guy. That's so cute. And then the Skyward Sword sort of art. Hi, if things look ever so slightly shifted, my camera battery died and I had to replace it, so let's get back to it. So I just finished talking about Dark Mage and Skyward Sorbet, both very pleasant. I don't know, man. I got these at ZenkaiCon last year and just fell in love with them. They also make very great room scents. So yes, they tend to get a lot more use than you'd think. Okay, now I'm just gonna blast through all my little sample stuff now, because I do know that I got all these at the same time in an Ulta order for free. And they don't get a lot of use because they're pricey fragrances that I'm not a huge fan of. My smallest samples are these. This one here is, if I can read it, a Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb in the Ruby Orchid variety, I think. I don't know what the original Flower Bomb scent smells like, or if Ruby Orchid is supposed to be different. Yeah, I don't really love the scent because it is so floral. I'll just spray a little bit of it on me. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I've clearly used most of this little sample up, though, so obviously I don't mind it too much. It's just, yeah, really straight floral to me, which I don't love. It's pleasant, it's just, eh. And then here, I do have this little cologne sample of Paco Rabanne Invictus Victory Elixir, or whatever this is. This tiny little sample of it. This is a pretty strong little guy, I will say. Yeah. I'm gonna spray just a little bit of it, if I can. Did the sprayer stop working? No, ah. Oh god, yeah, this is a pretty strong little guy. I don't like it that much on me, but it might be okay on a man. It's definitely a cologne, it's definitely a cologne. I don't know, my partner's cologne of choice is Mont Blanc Legend, and that has very little in common with this scent. Watch, I'm gonna put up the notes for this and they're gonna prove me completely wrong. They're gonna basically be the same thing. I actually love Mont Blanc Legend in terms of colognes. That's probably my favorite, and not just because it's my partner's. Honestly, I'll put the notes for that one up too, just so you can get a good idea as to sort of what I like in a cologne specifically. And I do like wearing Legend myself sometimes too, because fragrance is genderless if you're not a coward. But yeah, anyway, so I have the tiny thing of this one because it was free. Finally, in that package, I had a more sizable but still small and obnoxiously shaped sample of, if I can see it, this one is actually wearing down a little bit, Versace Bright Crystal. Yeah, this is kind of a grandmotherly scent to me. Yeah, I don't know. It smells very floral and nice, but not the type of nice I really gravitate towards. It's also kind of a pain to put on because it's like not got a sprayer and it's this little tiny bottle. It's got that fake and cheap opulent look, which kind of drives me crazy. I kind of don't like it, but you can probably tell that I often just forget I have this. It's barely been touched. There's still a pretty significant amount of this in here that'll last me way too long. I don't know, this isn't my favorite little scent, but it's in my collection for now. Maybe I'll get more used to it. Who knows? These are little cards I have for the 2 samples I have, so we'll take those out. If we want to talk expensive name brand fragrances though, oh boy, this one is one of my onlys, and it was a Christmas gift from my mother. It is Dior's Hypnotic Poison. This is my sexiest scent through and through. Oh yeah, I wear this the moment I want to get a little sexy with it. It's a very mature, kind of gothy scent. I don't really know how to describe it as anything other than dramatic and heavy and gothy. I'm gonna spray a tiny bit in the air just to really... Whoa, yeah, that's wonderful. It's a very rich scent. It lasts a very long time on me. I don't know why I don't wear this as often as I should, because I swear, this turns heads. It gets people wondering what smells so good around them. It's just a super sexy, very warm and spicy scent, not to mention super pricey though. I never would have bought it for myself, but I am completely in love with it. Thank you, Mother, for getting me addicted to smelling this now. Let's talk a little bit about these guys in the box. This was also a Christmas gift from my lovely mother, probably towards the end of college. I probably should have talked about this one earlier, because I definitely had this towards the end of college. It is this pretty old Clinique Happy Treats set that comes with 4 mini fragrances. This exact thing is what I travel with most of the time if I want to travel with fragrance. I just put this whole box into my bag. It doesn't really take up that much room, and as you can see, I have 4 little sprays to choose from. I'll go through the sprays from least to most favorite, but do know I actually do genuinely really like all these scents. My least favorite in here is probably Clinique Happy and Bloom. This is just a very floral forward scent that I don't love for myself most of the time, as I've said. But honestly, yeah, this scent does remind me of traveling since I keep the set with me whenever I leave the house, so I do kind of still have fond memories attached to this one. I really should use more of it up. Second least favorite out of these Clinique ones is Clinique Happy Heart. This one has a cute little pink bottle, so it's very recognizable between the rest of them, and I do quite like it. As you can see, this bottle is basically on its very last legs. I have very little of it left. Yeah, Happy Heart just smells very sweet, kind of candy and floral scented. It's just a very girly and fun scent for me. My second favorite one out of this bunch is, of course, the original Clinique Happy. I used to have a rollerball of this perfume that I honestly don't know what happened to it. I think I got lost in our move. But Clinique Happy is a freaking classic. It just smells so nostalgic to me. I'm pretty sure this is one perfume that my mom wore to work a lot when I was very young. It just smells, yeah, very sophisticated and fresh. Love it so much. And my favorite out of this little set is Clinique Happy, A Hint of Citrus. I'm shocked at how this one still isn't empty yet. I feel like this is the one I've defaulted to for years and years, loved so much over that time, and somehow I still have a little bit of it left. This is my go-to scent if I can't apply my little amber rollerball when traveling, because I'm always either traveling with this set in my bag, or with the amber rollerball in my purse. It's just very fresh and citrusy and beautiful smelling. I default to this one a lot. I'd consider a whole bottle of it if I knew that you could still get it. I don't even know if you can anymore. But yes, love all 4 of the guys in this little set. This was a wonderful gift to receive. So here's another set I got as a gift that contains 4 scents that I'm going to order from least to most favorite. This was a set on Amazon from a brand called Bella Vita Luxury. It's a set of 4 mini unisex fragrances from them, and I do really like 3 out of the 4. The one I'm not really a fan of is called White Oud. Right here. I don't know if you can see that. White Oud. Yeah, I can't really describe why I don't love this scent. I guess it smells powdery to me. And I don't love that note. It's a very grounded scent, but it doesn't really mix well with my body chemistry. Don't know. Just don't really love how this one sits on me. It doesn't really play well with the other very fresh scents I have going on, so this one admittedly doesn't get a lot of use. The one I love the second least is still one I really like. This is called Fresh Unisex. This is another right out of the shower scent for me. Smells so fresh and aquatic and nice. I would also love to see a man wear this fragrance. I think I'd really fall in love with it on the right man with the right body chemistry. But for me, it's, as the name would imply, a very fresh smelling scent as I'm coming out of the shower. Lasts a long time on my skin. I love it. It's actually funny I used the word aquatic earlier because my second favorite fragrance from this collection is called Sky Aquatic. And it is, God, yeah, a very strong cologne that I do love wearing. You know, it kind of smells like the drugstore version, perhaps, of Mont Blanc Legend, to me. It's got crazy reach and carry, and it also lasts a long time on me. It does smell a lot more loud than Legend does. I don't know how to describe it. It's probably just smells more chemically and alcohol-y, but it is kind of similar, really sexy smelling. I feel really hot wearing this on myself, and like I said, it lasts a really long time. But finally, my favorite out of this little set is definitely Honey Oud. Compared to the other oud scent, yeah, this one is way more sweet and forgiving, a lot more inviting to me. I do like honey heavy scents, and I'd be interested to see the notes for this fragrance and figure out if they actually did use honey in it. Yeah, it's easily my favorite out of the group. I love it so much. Some might also consider this a signature scent, as I wear this very often as well. Okay, we are finally reaching the end. I have 4 perfumes that I acquired quite recently through various means, and I love them all and wanted to talk about them all at once. I purchased 2 of them, and 2 of them were gifts from the same brand. Well, they were gifts from family, they weren't gifts from the brand. But the 2 I got as gifts, and apparently these are pretty famous perfumes. They're both by Al Rahab. This is an Arabian perfume brand, and they aren't really expensive on Amazon, like less than $10 each. One of them is just called Fantastic. I don't know, the listing on Amazon said fruity on this one, but I think that was just describing the scent. I think the actual name of the perfume is Fantastic Pour Femme. This is the perfume I'm actually wearing now. It's a quite pleasantly fruity perfume. It's got some vanilla and nice depth to it, though. I don't know, I think I slightly preferred this one for my personal preference over the very famous Choco Musk I have here, too. Yeah, opening up Choco Musk reminds me so vividly of the Too Faced chocolate bar palettes that I never owned. I did own a little Too Faced palette back in the day that also kind of smelled like powdery chocolate when you opened it. God, love that palette so much, honestly. Yeah, I received Fantastic and Choco Musk as gifts, and I think I prefer the fruitier of the 2 scents. Choco Musk is quite delicious and delightful, though, if you like straight-up chocolate scents, although it does have some more depth to it. Straight-up chocolate scents aren't super my thing, but I do really like these 2, and apparently Choco Musk has a cult following. It's a hugely popular perfume, and I'm very excited to get to know them better. And finally, 2 perfumes I recently got for myself. One of them you may know the brand at least, and one of them is a dupe for a very popular perfume that was, at one point, my very favorite scent of all time, and my true signature scent, if I really had to narrow it down. So the one I initially bought for myself is this. Le Monde Gourmand Pumpkin Creme. And y'all, I bought this solely to make an attempt to enjoy fall this year, just to feel something. When I got back from my vacation, it was pretty cold and unpleasant at home, and I have to live with the realization that fall is just beginning. And as much as my seasonal depression makes me hate the colder weather, my sense of style does live for fall. And like I said, I'd like to consider my scent of choice part of the look TM I attempt to put together when the season rolls around. And pumpkin creme really is delightful. Yeah, it really does smell like a bakery in the fall with the pumpkin spice and all. It's sweet and yet very elegant, very delicious. I'm living for this one. Absolutely loving it. It is a smaller bottle than I thought it would be, but Le Monde Gourmand doesn't super break the bank in terms of getting good fragrance, so I guess it's fine. This will still last me a very good while. And yeah, it's the perfect fall fragrance. Not that I'm ever seasonal with my fragrance, I use all of these pretty interchangeably with the same regularity. And the final fragrance I have to share with you is not very exciting. It is by the Amazon knockoff brand Perfect Scents, and it is simply a dupe for Calvin Klein's Obsession. Obsession for Women is my favorite fragrance in the world. I wore it all throughout high school, okay? It's also one of my mother's favorites, and she, to this day, still has a big bottle of it in the bathroom of my parents' apartment. Smelling it brings back so many memories, both like the highest highs and the lowest lows of my life. Obsession for Men, however, is a bit of a triggering scent for me, actually. That and the combination of a certain laundry detergent or fabric softener that I've never been able to identify. I'm pretty sure that combo would kill me outright if I smelled it again. That being said, the fragrance does smell delicious. I cannot resist. I didn't really want to spend the money on a whole bottle of Obsession for Women. Even the tiny one felt like it wouldn't really be worth it for me to buy. So I got this Perfect Scents dupe of it, and yeah, this actually does smell pretty close to the original. Maybe a little more alcoholish, but it's definitely a strong dupe for Obsession. The very first perfume I had and bought multiple bottles of was this Designer Imposters spray bottle of, I think it was called Confess. We got it at Rite Aid many, many moons ago. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen if I can find it. It was essentially the little girl's cheapy peepee version of Calvin Klein Obsession. And bitch, I went through like 4 bottles of that stuff. I only just recently threw away my last bottle of it that I had had since extremely early high school. I swear that cheapy scent from Rite Aid carried me so far through so much trauma. I just needed to have a version of Obsession still in my life as an adult. It just felt wrong not to. And who knows, maybe I'll get the real bottle again someday, but for now, the cheap dupe from Amazon actually does it fine enough. Look at this freaking array, this is absolute madness. I think with those memories behind me though, I have shown you all of my perfumes. Originally, I really didn't think that perfume videos would even be worth making, because it's not like you have smell-o-vision and can smell all of these nice fragrances with me. But regardless, I like showing you guys the things that bring me joy and make me smell good 24/7 as well. And I want to thank you all for sticking with me throughout this little scent journey through time, because wow, smelling some of these fragrances really did transport me through time. Scent memory is crazy like that. But anyway, for now, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Let's start conversations in the comments about your favorite fragrances, and I'll go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye for now.